my name is Anders and you're watching Watch On channel here on YouTube. Today I'm going to do a review of the very famous Seiko SARB065, also called the cocktail time. This shouldn't probably be a surprise to you guys after my short intro here. Well, the review is probably a lot like other reviews, but I'm still going to try to give you my opinion. So if you're contemplating purchasing this watch, well, here's my view upon this this very famous kind of Seiko dress watch. And here we have the watch. Just before we get into the watch, let me just remind you guys, you can follow me on Instagram, and before I do videos about all the watches I'm getting in and all the different watches I have in my collection, before I do videos and post them on YouTube, I post pictures and comments on Instagram. So find the link down below to follow me on Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want more watch content. I got a lot of watches coming up for reviews and a lot of other watch content. So today I'm wearing a watch I'm going to review very soon, which is another kind of affordable dress watch. This is the Grand Frank Montpellier dress watch, chronograph, very dressy piece, quite a fashion watch. And well, of course today it's all about this famous piece, the Seiko SARB065, the SARB065. Just before we get into the watch, I just want to show you, if you know this watch, of course you wouldn't be surprised that it's not on the original leather strap that comes with its watch. The packaging of this watch is less than impressive. But as if you follow my channel, you know I don't really care about watch boxes and different content in a watch box. So if I got a really complicated watch, of course it's nice to get a nice manual. But this is an extremely uncomplicated watch. It's a very, very simple watch. It's only the only thing with this watch is setting the date, and that's very, very easy, of course, if you know watches. So what we get here is a warranty card and, of course, a manual. This watch is a Japan only watch. So if you're living in Europe or probably also in the United States, North America or other parts of the world, you will have to find a dealer who has imported this watch, or a dealer or find it on eBay or find it somewhere else. So I bought this watch from a dealer in Japan. I got a nice price. I was able to negotiate the price on eBay, and luckily the Danish customs didn't really charge me too much, so I got a fairly nice price with this watch. But I would say you should probably count on spending between $400 and $500 to $550 on this watch, American US dollars, which is about around 350 to 450 euros and around 340 to 410 British pounds. And please don't, I'm not a banker, I'm not an expert in different currencies, so please don't kill me if I don't find the right conversion rates. So the box you get is this anonymous cardboard box, and well, I'm of course having it turned upside down with the Seiko logo. And well, what you get is of course the manual and the warranty, and then you get this leather strap and some hang tags. That's all. Very uninteresting package. So let's not spend any more time on this. And well, the first thing about this watch is that this is the original genuine leather strap that you get with this watch. And the best part of this is that it's got a deployant clasp. That's actually the only nice part of this. First of all, I don't like this kind of very cheap looking, plastic looking, shiny watch strap, and it doesn't really feel very nice to wear. It's actually kind of soft when you go down this way on the strap, but the parts fitted to the watch are really not very flexible, so it doesn't feel really nice to wear this strap. So I opted to use a very cheap leather strap that I got in my collection. And well, the reason why I chose this blue strap is because, as you can see, the second hand is blue, so it fits really well with this watch. Before we get into anything else about this watch and my true honest opinion about this automatic dress watch from Seiko, let's do some dimensions. And here we are. So, being a dress watch, this comes in at just a little less than 40 millimeters, which is fine. Including the crown, we got about 43 from lock to lock. We got about 45 the lock width is just around 20 millimeters, 19, 20 millimeters, and the thickness is 12.4. So not a completely true dress watch size. Usually a dress watch would be from around, well, modern dress watches would be around 37 to around 39 millimeters. But a small 40 millimeter is quite fine with this. My wrist size is around 18 centimeters, which is around 7.1 inches in the North American measurements. So this is a perfectly fine dress watch when we talk about size. So if we get into some of the stuff about this watch, what we got here is the Seiko in-house mechanical automatic movement called 6R15. This has a power reserve of 50 hours. And it runs on 21,600 beats per hour. The water resistance is 5 atmosphere, which is equally to 50 meters. And that's what's, well, the very technical part of this watch. What this means with the movement is that it's a very reliable movement. It's actually quite a rough, hard-working movement for this watch. As you can see here, we have a see-through case back where you can see the movement. The Seiko are not known for at this price range, at least. When you go to a Grand Seiko, of course you get something else. But with this price range, you don't exactly get super beautiful decorated movements. But still, this is quite nice. I like how the balance wheel is kind of made. It looks really nice when the light hits it. So what this movement does is actually that you have a date complication, and most importantly, it's a manual windable, and it also is hackable. So when I pull the crown all the way out, the second hand stops. What this watch is probably most famous for is, of course, the cocktail dial. The dial is why this is called the cocktail time. And as you can see here with the light, it's absolutely stunning. I would say I looked at a lot of pictures and videos on YouTube for this watch, but it was first when I got it in my hands that I really got the full experience of how beautiful this dial is. It's absolutely stunning. And you have to see it in real life. Seiko did a fantastic job with this. So one thing is the design, the movement and stuff like that, which is very nice for this watch. At this price range, you get a really nice movement. But another thing is this amazing dial. You don't really find many dials at this price range which are so well made. We get a signed crown. We get a very nicely polished case. It's completely polished all over. And this is Seiko's Hardlex crystal. And it's a domed crystal, as you can see here. But a quite flat domed crystal. The locks are designed in a way that they point, if you can just sense it here, they go downwards. So this watch actually kind of hugs your wrist, which makes it extremely nice to wear. The history of this watch is that Seiko teamed up with a very famous Japanese cocktail bartender, and he was like he was designing this watch. his task was to design a watch that really says cocktail time, meaning you go to a bar, a bar with a nice cocktail bar with a nice atmosphere where you can really sit back and relax and talk to your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your friends, and just really relax, but still with a nice party kind of atmosphere. And what he came up with was this dial. He actually also chose the design for the watch strap, and he wanted this really shiny strap because he thought that it really complements the watch. I wouldn't say that the black strap doesn't complement this watch. Actually, it's more anonymous. So actually, with a black or brown, dark brown strap, you would make this even more of a dress watch. I'm definitely going a little further with this blue strap to actually go even more into having a nice cocktail time, because I think this watch is essentially, of course, a dress watch of some sort, maybe not simple enough, maybe not anonymous enough to be a true dress watch. But still, I think this is a dress watch, but a party dress watch, if something like that even exists or is something you can talk about regarding watches. I think this watch is the perfect watch for everyday use, but also the perfect watch when you're going out having some cocktails with your friends. As you can see here, Seiko did a really nice job with the hands, and they also did a really nice job with the hour markings as well as the Seiko logo, which isn't printed but fitted on it, on the watch face, on the dial. So let me just put this watch on my wrists so you can see how it looks. Okay, and here we go. And like I mentioned, my wrist is around 17.5 to 18 centimeters. It varies quite a bit regarding the weather, if it's hot or if it's cold. And also when I'm really into my training routine, my wrist gets a little bit bigger. So this is how it looks on the wrist. And I think it fits perfectly the size of my wrist. If you got a bigger wrist, that's actually a good thing for you, because then it would look even smaller, and the watch would actually become even more of a dress watch. If you got a slightly smaller wrist than me, still it's perfect. But of course, if you got a wrist around 6 inches or so, it will become a little bit too big, and I would recommend you look after other dress watches from Seiko. They got some models down to 37 millimeters, which would be much nicer for your wrist. So just at the end here, I will try to wind the watch so you can hear it. If you saw my video where I criticized the Seiko SKX009, one of my biggest complaints is that the movement is outdated. You can't hand wind the watch, and you can't do the hacking, so you can't really set the time perfectly, precisely. You can do that with this watch, which is fitted with 23 jewels, as you can probably see here. So thank you so much for watching this review. This is definitely a keeper in my collection, a fun, kind of casual, but also kind of dressy and very interesting piece, especially because of this amazing dial. Well, as I'm actually trying to build up a collection of the most special, unique Seiko pieces, this is definitely a piece I'm going to keep. I got 2 other dress watches, actually three other kind of dress watches coming up for review, so stay tuned for my channel here. Remember to subscribe if you want more watch content. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. You will find the links down below. Please leave a comment, and if you have any questions regarding this watch or other watch questions, you can email me or leave a comment down below this video, and I will try to answer you as fast as I can. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.